Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Satisfactory, where we are going to be working on a new outpost today. We're just a little ways over from all of this stuff, our little underground concrete bunker and the black powder production. This is going to be our big screw facility. We're going to be doing a lot of screws here. I have already put down like basic infrastructure of getting the base foundations down, all the smelters in place. Miners are all rigged up and all of these are busy working. The miners aren't overclocked yet, so everything's going to be running at kind of low efficiency. We'll go on a slug hunt at some point in the future just to go and boost our supply of power shards. There is one over this way. It's in like a gas environment, so getting to it with the jetpack on its own is going to be a bit awkward, but we could build some foundations over and just kind of climb our way up to it with the gas mask on. In fact, I might be able to do that anyway, so I haven't actually got any space to be able to pick the damn thing up anyway, because I've got a lot of resources because I need to do some building. So what I've done is I've got two miners here, and I've got two miners down off the cliff edge. So I've rigged these two up to some smelting columns on this side. Those two are rigged up to smelting columns on this side. I thought I'd just bring the belts into the middle and then send them up. We're going to build a big platform above all of this. And I don't know, I quite like the way that this is already kind of shaping out. It's going to add a new sort of interesting design to things. So I'm just going to build some foundations up pretty damn high. We'll go up, say, 20 meters, and from there we will start building a new platform. So that will be the base floor for the underground, or I say the underground belts, the belts that will be bringing in all of the iron ingots, and oh dear, I only just about made that. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, frame rate, please. So we want another floor just above this, and this will be for the constructors. Now what I'm thinking of doing is just making this one big floor. We'll get as many constructors onto this platform as possible. And I've got to figure out how I want to organise them, because I have looked up the belt speed of the Mark V belt. Because at some point, relatively soon, I do want to start looking into all of the aluminium production. We're going to need to get, like, we're going to probably have to handcraft 200 heavy frames in order to be able to do the milestone, but I do want to look into that a fairly soon opportunity. That was an awful sentence, I do apologise. But the way I'd set things up over at the modular frame production was batches of 4, because that was what we could support on the belts. I want to set this up with Mark V belts in mind. So I want to work out how much each column of smelters is going to be able to produce. So I'm going to run some numbers. Give me a moment. So one column of smelters, which is 10 smelters, is going to support 20 machines making the screws, which is going to produce 1,800 a minute. Divide that by 780, and we've got about 2.3 belts on the outputs. So I tell you what we might want to do: work out the full output on this. So that's 7,200 screws a minute, and that's a little over 9 belts. Oh, this is going to work out to be fucking awkward. Okay, another way of working this out is taking the speed of the Mark V belt, how many resources it can transport, and dividing that by the amount of screws produced per minute. So that works out at 8.6 recurring machines. So if I make banks of 8, and just go from there, and if and when, well, I say if and when, but I know when Mark VI belts come in, we can look at this again. Because we're not going to be able to support more than that at the moment because of the speed of the belts. So what I'm going to do is just bring this out, and we'll just set up 4 columns of 8 constructors for now. Once the next level of belts come in, we can probably, well, we'll definitely be able to expand this. It's going to be getting a bit snug over this side, I think. But you know what? I think it'll be fine. And this is going to be a far cry from the total number of constructors that we're going to be able to support, but at the moment, I just kind of want to get the facility up and running. Especially seeing as we're going to be underperforming on pretty much everything. There's no real rush to try and get the entire outpost set up. If we can set it up for expansion, then that's going to work best. I'd much rather do that than, you know, spend ages trying to get the whole thing finished, only to, like, just be wasting time or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with justifications for the way I'm doing things, and I don't even know if I'm explaining myself well. I'm also out of concrete, and it's a very long way down, and I'm mildly concerned I won't be able to get back up. I could actually just, like, start launching myself off the top of the smelters, I suppose. But I've got more concrete in the back of the car. Not to mention in my secret underground bunker. So, never fear, more concrete is here. But this is an outpost that's definitely going to need some stairs to get myself back up. Or one of those launch pads so I can have some sort of elevator to get myself back up. In fact, you know what? I've got a different idea. I am just going to set this up for the full 80 constructors. I've got to figure out how I'm going to lay them out. It's going to get a bit awkward with that big rock in the way over that side as well. So I might start with things on this side and then mirror it. Oh, why does the environment conspire against me? Am I going to be able to make this work? No, because I'm not going to be able to get the belts in around this way. Oh, you bastards. Where am I going to put these things? He's flying very low overhead again. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to go for kind of the original placement of things. We're just going to expand the whatsits. Columns. This is still only going to end up being 40 constructors. And this whole system can support 80. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'll find a way to expand it, but I mean, this is as good a start as any, I suppose. I mean, on this side, I can certainly expand out to the sides. It's just these ones. You know what? What I might do is expand these two columns out on either side of each other. These ones could go vertical. Just change things up a little bit. Spicy. Yeah, I think that could be good. So I've run out of reinforced plate. I can't build any more constructors, but it's kind of starting to take shape, I think. I think it's going to look pretty good. When I was looking up the speed of the Mark V belt, the Mark VI is rumoured or estimated to be a belt speed of 900 items per minute. So a Mark VI belt would fully support one of these columns of constructors. So I think with expandability in mind and kind of the improvement of the tech that's going to be coming in, setting things up for Mark VI belts is probably going to work out alright, I think. As I said, we're a long way off all that kind of stuff. We need... oh no! We still need the power slugs to overclock everything, and we just need to finish the build in the first place and get everything online. So there is a lot more that needs to be done. Are you reinforced plate? No, you're empty. Why the fuck are you here? You must be reinforced plate. Yes, you are. Give me all of that. I'm going to need... What else? What is it I need for making constructors? It's cables. I should probably pick up some more of that while I'm here. Have I got anything in you as well? Nothing that I really care about. A big fucking flap's back again. Let's lay out the last side of the constructors on this section. And that will be the last 10 for this side. There's still a shitload more to do over this way. So we're going to need a couple of foundation levels up. And to start bringing foundations over for all of the underground belt stuff. I will say I am really liking getting out and like setting up these new outposts. It's proving to be a lot of fun. I know it just like things are just kind of seemingly more and more of the same each episode, but I'm liking how things are shaping up with this little world. You know, it's kind of coming into its own, I think. Once we start getting materials moved around a lot more and we can start coordinating like a lot more in the way of logistics as opposed to just kind of like going somewhere, setting up a production and then never looking at it again. You know, things will kind of come into their own a little bit more, I think. Also, one thing I want to do is I want to blow this up. Because I have a feeling there's something in here. What is it? Nothing. No, there was a slug here, wasn't there? I've already picked it up. That's what it was. Nuts. I do think one thing I'm going to do, possibly between this episode and the next one, will be to handcraft the heavy modular frames we need to do the bioprocess milestones so that we can start looking at the aluminium stuff. Even though we've still got a lot of the kind of earlier tier productions to go into, you know, I've still not done anything about getting the heavy modular frames like re-established. We've still got lots of other stuff that needs to be set up for production. I need to go and grab more concrete again. But there's just so much stuff in the game to go about working on, and you can always find yourself getting sidetracked by one thing or another, and it's like you think of a new way to go about building something, or you're like, I want to go and build a factory over there, and it's just par for the course with these factory games and with these, you know, games that let you build stuff. I mean, I find anyway, you know, I'm always appreciative of games that will just let me go and fuck off and do whatever. But it does lead to a little lack of direction. I think I was talking about that a little bit in this week's Fallout video, but I can't remember if this video is going out before it or not, so who knows? I guess we'll find out at some point this week. But yeah, I think the way that this factory is going to be getting set up, this little outpost, I think it's going to look pretty cool. And once we've got the means to be able to support the production, then it's going to be even better. Right, so where are the machines going? They are going down this column. And they start from here. And that should do it. That's 80 constructors. It's a lot of them. We got one bank over here, that's all 40 that's going to be supplied by 2 columns. Then this floor will be supplied by another column, and then this floor will be supplied by another. Or I might say all the ones on this side are supplied by 1 column of smelters. I'll figure it out as I go. But I should bring the floor out a little bit more on this side. Just a bit. As the next big step is going to be sorting out all of the belts. Everybody's favourite bit. And these machines all need 15 a minute. So, oh god, I just realised I've got to set the recipes on 80 constructors. Oh, could there please be a copy-paste feature added sometime soon? I know there's that mod that I was talking about that can do like kind of mass recipe setting and mass deletion and all that kind of stuff. But, Something like that would be very greatly appreciated. But yeah, 15 per minute, so what I'm likely to do with that would be set 4 machines on this side to all be fed with a Mark 1 belt that will come in. It will split between, you know, split twice to send off to 2 machines and then a splitter to separate that into 15. We'll do that on each side of this, and then the ones at the end, there should be enough material left on the belts to split them off and have them fed with 30 each, 15 each, sorry. That's all going to be a very interesting setup. Let's try and figure that out first, actually. Let's try and work out how this is gonna go. Alright, I think this is going to work fine. So we've got, like, the input that's going to be coming out of the smelters is going to be providing 300 iron ore, 300 iron ingots. That will get split between 2 columns of these constructors. So we'll have 150 coming down here. That will get split. Well, is this going to be right? 150 split 3 ways. It's going to work out at 50. Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be slightly awkward. So the ones down here at the end are going to be getting fed with 25 each, as opposed to the full amount that they're meant to be getting, or as opposed to the 15. So each of these sides is going to be getting fed with 50. That's then going to get split 4 ways. So instead of 15 a minute, each machine is going to get 12.5. I'm sure there's a better way of working this out. The only other way I can think to do it is just doing columns of 4 as opposed, or columns of 8 as opposed to 10. So that might be an option I'll have to go with. But I mean, that's if I want to keep things like 100% perfectly fed. I mean, you know, the systems will back up if they're being overfed with stuff. So these ones on the far ends will back up. The materials will eventually like get to the rest of these properly. And as I said, you know, we're not going to be getting to use the full throughput of everything here just yet because of A, the underclocked or the lack of overclocking on the miners, and B, the belts aren't going to be able to support the full throughput of everything here anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. These will eventually be outputting 900 per minute, so it ultimately doesn't matter. But yeah, that's giving me something to go away and think about, but I'm probably just going to stick with the setup that I've got, because I quite like it, I think it looks good, and I'm excited to just keep building this little outpost out. I think it's looking really good. I am unfortunately all out of time. I don't know how much of this episode is going to be getting chopped down to, because yeah, I've spent an awful lot of time just kind of like faffing around with building and relaying stuff and getting things all good to go. But I'm liking the way that this outpost is looking. Is going to be a little bit different to the rest of them, and that's the main reason I'm going about building these outposts like this, is just because there's room to do things differently each time. So I quite like that, and I'm going to continue on with this. Before the next episode rolls around, I'm going to try and get all of the belt infrastructure in place so that we can start getting some production up and running. I won't connect everything up proper, but I'll try and get all of the underbelly done for all of the constructors so that we can, at the very least, you know, plug everything up next episode and get things up and running. And I might go about trying to make the heavy modular frames that are needed as well, because I would like to try and set up a train station just to load all of the screws into. I think that should be doable. I've definitely got the materials from setting up a train station here, so that's not a problem. But getting the bioprocess milestone done is definitely on my radar. Radar towers as well are on my radar. They're something that I want to go about setting up. We'll just keep things going as much as we can. But we'll definitely come back into the next episode with a game plan, something to do, something to keep us busy. But for now, I'm going to wrap this video up here, and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays and metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off.
Are we the prey? No, we are the hunters.
So can I build stuff out here as well then? I'm guessing I can. So that's pretty cool. Fucking mine!